2.
Okay, so in the spirit of showing things that aren't in their prettiest phase of life or had some sadness, I got really sick and really neglected this for like a month, and see how the top here is kind of dying back, and some of the where they join the ground, they should have a nice little plump little bulb just down under the ground. Well, some of them have died off from their little bulb here and become completely detached. However, the other end of them is still alive and looking happy. So what to do? I am going to repot these and then show you what I do with the tops. So hang on for just 1 second. We'll dump this off. Just going to remove some of the dirt here. You can see there's still nice healthy roots here. This soil was a bit peaty, and when the soil has a lot of peat in it, when you water it, it kind of repels the water once it dries and gets a crust on top. And that's why we don't like to use a lot of peat with succulents. And so I want most of this as much gone as possible. You know, a lot of people are really afraid to kind of manhandle these things, and it looks like I'm just demolishing it, but I am actually being really gentle with my fingertips, just dislocating the soil and not disturbing the roots. Oh, I didn't even say what this is. This is a string of hearts. This is a little string of hearts plant. Alrighty. So once it's got most of it, I started this pot here with a little bit of soil already, because I am one that is prone to underwater, especially during the summer. So I wanted a plastic pot until this gets reestablished again, because they don't lose moisture as fast as the clay pots. And for these guys, since I'm an underwaterer, my potting mix is a bit more has a bit more potting soil and a bit less amendments than I usually would. Alrighty, you don't want to bury these too deep. However, I do want to give them a little top coat here. So I'm going to sprinkle a light coating over all of this, and then I'm going to tamp it down, and then I'm going to pull up just a little bit because I want them a little bit covered but not buried. And I'm going to do that again. So they're still just right here on top. The little bulbs. They're almost like a little bulb that the stem is attached to. And I'm just tucking. And some of these are dead, and I can go ahead and pull them out as we go. But when your top gets some dying pieces like this, trying to find one that's still alive here. Okay. And gets really thin, how do you get it all thick and bushy again, or do you just have to toss it and go buy another one? Well, no, actually. What I'm going to do here is take these stems, and you can use any number of things. I lost my scissors. I'll use these. Oh no, they're there. You can use any number of things to pin these down, which you'll see what I mean in a minute. I used a little bit of jewelry wire because I have that on hand. I'm not going to show you how to do all of these because untangling this little wad is going to take a bit, but I will show you the process and then finish up and post a picture. But with this, here's a lovely healthy leaf. I'm going to take it about midway down, and I'm just going to bend it. I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to bend it right here. And then I'm going to just take it, and I took little cuttings of wire and just bent them over. Don't bend them at too much of an angle here because you don't want it to dig into the plant. You want a nice blunt edge. You can use paper clips, you can unfold them, you can use whatever you have on hand, and just kind of staple it down into the dirt there. And I will recover. I'll show you about how much soil I will put on it here for the video. I will cover that with just a bit of soil, and the roots will keep it going, but where this is penned and put under the soil will make another root. And after it's rooted, where the loop is on the other end, you can just snip it and you'll have two new strings and they will keep growing. So I'm going to take all of this bundle, straighten them out, and bend over and pen each little stem into the dirt. They will root, and then I'll be able to cut them. I'm not going to cut the whole, I'm not going to cut the loop. So you loop it over. Wow, these are tangled. I had them all laid out before the video. That obviously didn't work very well. But anyways, oh, this one has a branch, that's why. And so where you know it's looped like this, if this was the pot, this was the stem, then I pinned this one under. I'm not going to cut this until this is rooted. So I'm going to leave it for a few months, and after that we can snip so we don't have a bunch of loops hanging off. And again, after I'm done, I will show a picture of what it looks like so you can understand. But then that'll be a nice full pot again. It'll have a lot more roots, and you can get your baby happy again if you forget to water it like I did. Any of the stringier succulents like the string of hearts, string of pearls, string of bananas that have the finer stems on them, if they dry out, they lose their connection to their root system really fast. So this is a great way for all of those. You can just pin them back up and poke them in the soil and they will reroot. So there you go. You guys have a great day.